Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Long Island Wargaming, and this is going to be an intro video for CrossRoads. I'm just going to go over a couple things, and then I'm going to have a little army showcase at the end as I just talk over some things. So this is a 90% accurate breakdown of the armies. I kind of did this over in a different video, but I just want to reiterate the fact that it was a very heavy High Elf and Skaven environment in this ETC comp CrossRoads GT this spring, with a mix of Empire and Warriors of Chaos, and then everything kind of trickles down from there. Luckily, I didn't get any Skaven mirror matches, which is good. I did end up playing a High Elf player, a Empire player, so I did get those two up in the top, and then I ended up playing an Ogres player, a Vampire player, and then a Lizardman player. So I guess I played the only Lizardman player there. I think it was, yeah, pretty sure he was the only Lizardman player. So I got a nice spread of armies, which is pretty good. So the battle reports will be good. I also got a Triumph and Treachery game in with the Hammer Bros. Here's a quick picture here. We did a 6-way game, which was out of control. First time playing Triumph and Treachery, it was a blast. Much alcohol was consumed, and my opinions have changed on Triumph and Treachery, even though I know nothing about it. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. It's actually pretty cool. I thought it was very interesting. However, I'm not entirely sure I would go out and spend the money on the book or the coins or the cards that come with it. But if you find yourself with access to getting a cheap copy or it for free, it's something worth checking out. It's, you know, a little bit more laid back. I definitely thought it was pretty cool. But you can see we just have shit tons of models on the field. We all have our 2,400 point lists ready to rock and roll. So this is what we did Friday night. Pretty cool. And I want to just quickly discuss a little bit of the ETC comp. Now, I'm kind of oblivious to the comp systems. I'm not very familiar with how Swedish comp breaks down with all the points and how hard and soft the list is. I know it's out there. I've gone to GTs with no comp. For example, Brawlers. The only comp was no Grand Armies, which really isn't comp. That's just, you know, trying to mitigate some of the builds, I guess. But the interesting thing is I actually liked the ETC comp. To me, it was kind of similar to what Corey already did, where he just kind of had a list of things you can and can't do, and that's essentially what ETC was, where you can, if you do certain things, they cost points. You know, for example, my comp for Skaven is up to 5 points. My hell pit was 1 point. My second hell pit was 2 points, and then if I have 2 hell pits, my storm banner was 2 points. So there's all 5 of my points, and it was kind of fair. I think it broke down everything very cool. Another cool thing was the preset terrain, which I think was really cool. It's a lot easier to deal with. The more definitive rules on, you know, hills and buildings are infinitely high. This is what the terrain features. This is what it does. And the fact that there's preset positions, it saves time during your game. I mean, it's only, you know, 2 minutes to set up the terrain, but the fact that it's just, this is where it is, this is what it's got to be, a lot more fair. You can roll off for sides a little bit more easily. For those of you who don't go to a GT, it's a pain in the ass for switching sides, because usually it's a long row of tables, and if you want to switch sides, you go to the other side, and it's almost like out of courtesy you don't pick the other side. If you're playing hardcore and you're on table 1, you go for it. But I mean, when I put my guys down, I'm like, when I roll and I win, even if the opposite side is more strategic, I sometimes just don't feel like moving all the way around to the other side, and sometimes it's laziness, but this, at least now that you know the terrain is set up, before you pull any of your units out of the tray or box, you can just say, let's roll up. Okay, I want this side. And that's the end of it. You want the side with the forest or the ruin, you can pick it, and it's a lot more easier to deal with than putting all your units on the table, scattering the terrain, blah, blah, blah. So that part was pretty cool. It wasn't a huge change in terms of, you know, everyone was like, oh, this is so much better. But for me, I thought it was pretty cool. Now, the other opponents' lists I felt are soft and not soft enough, but they were comped fairly. I wasn't upset with any of the builds that I went up against. I think everything was evenly priced, evenly fair, and I liked it. I was pretty happy. So, you know, I definitely think ETC is decent, and I am naive, again, to ETC, to comp systems, but I think it was pretty decent. So right now we're just scrolling through some armies. That one belongs to some douchebag. We got some Dark Elves. We did have the Pirates earlier. Andrew the Pirate from the Sustainable Center crew. This Pegasus hero is supposedly causing problems throughout the tournament. Pain in the ass. Nicely painted here. Barely any high elves. I mean, I guess the comp was too heavy on them, in which case there was only like 1 or 2 players, which was nice because they're tough to deal with, but I felt like it kind of sucks to see an army so heavily comped that they're not even brought. So maybe they can loosen up a little bit on the Dark Elves. I know some people would like to not see Dark Elves, but I'm all for equal rights and privileges to all armies so that they are playable. So kind of even out this way, there's less Skaven and more other stuff. So these 3 guys in the back, I forget what they're called. They're the new whatevers from End Times, but nicely painted, pretty cool looking. Are they Blight Kings, I think? I don't know. Too much stuff to remember. 2 Chimeras and a whole unit of Skull Crushers. Here's some more warrior stuff. I like the warrior. Oh, this is demons actually, but I like the warriors and demons. Everyone, those people that usually play those armies put a good, decent amount of time and effort into painting them and making them look pretty good. Some Tomb Kings, and to my surprise, some Yushtabi with great bows. I didn't know people actually do that, so I'm impressed. And then the most important picture was the infamous burrito. We went to a Mexican place after day 1, and it was glorious. So stay tuned for some more videos, and the battle reports are coming out soon. Thanks, guys.